y'all, welcome back to Tara's Lifestyle and Vlog, and thank you so much for stopping by. So in today's video we're going to be talking about 6 major UK visas and immigration changes that have been announced in this month of July. These 6 changes are part of the UK government's 12-point plan to actually control immigration. So the UK government have a 12-point plan, 12 things that they've put in place to try to control immigration, which they've talked about, and these 6 points that I'm going to be talking about today is just a part of them, okay? But before I go on, my name is Tari, and on this channel we'll talk about UK visas and immigration. We'll talk about life in the UK, how to safely and successfully travel to the UK, and how to navigate through life as an immigrant living in the UK. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe, turn on your bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my videos going forward. And to my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for always coming back to watch my videos. I see you and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. So like I said before, the UK government has announced 6 major changes. There are so many changes, but I'm talking about 6 of them that have been announced in this month of July, okay? And I've done separate videos on them, which I'm going to be linking up on the screen even as I talk about them, so that you can have a look at these videos to get a better understanding of what these changes are. The first major change is that if you are a student in the UK, you can no longer switch to a work visa, a skilled worker visa, or any other kind of visa as long as you remain a student, okay? Then this is from the 17th of July, okay? 17th of July, you can no longer switch to a work visa if you are a student in the UK. The only way you can switch is if you've completed your course. So you need to wait until you've completed your course before you can switch to a skilled worker visa or any other kind of visa for that matter. So you can apply for jobs while you're still schooling, while you're still a student, but the start date must be after the completion of your course. Say for instance, and I've talked about this in my video as well, which I'll link up here. If for instance you are doing a course and your course is meant to finish on the 29th of June or July, then you would have to, your start date would have to be like the 30th of July, okay? So it has to be after the end of your course. It cannot be before your course ends. I hope that makes sense, okay? So the second update is obviously the increase in the UK visa application fees as well as the NHS surcharge. So for anyone that's applying for a settlement visa, or if you're applying to extend your visa in the UK, if you want to extend your visa in the UK, it's going to go up to about 20%. So your application fee will be 20% more than you would normally have applied for, say, about a month ago. Okay, if you're applying for a student visa, if you're applying for a work visa, it's going to go up by 15%. Okay, so this will be 15% higher than what you used to pay for that kind of visa. Again, there are different categories of visa, so I don't want to go into them and talking about them one after the other. But if you're applying for a student visa, or if you're applying for a work visa, or any other kind of visa for that matter, it's going up by 15%. The NHS surcharge, which is the NHS health fee as they call it, it's an amount of money you have to pay if you're coming to the UK and you're staying for over 6 months, would now go up from £624 to £1,035, okay? So this is more than almost 80% increase, so that's what it's going up by. Okay, so that is if you are coming to stay in the UK if you're coming to the UK for more than 6 months. If you are a student or if you are under 18, it's going up from £470 to £776. It's also increasing by a huge amount. So these are the increases that have been announced for the UK visa application fee as well as the NHS surcharge, which is the NHS health fee that you're going to pay if you're coming to the UK. Okay, so the third big change is that as from January 2024, if you're coming to the UK as a student, you are no longer eligible to bring your dependents. Prior to January 2024, which is about now, if you're coming to the UK as a student, if you're coming to study in a postgraduate level, you are entitled to bring your dependents with you. However, come January 2024, that is no longer possible. That has now been removed for reasons being that the UK wants to control its immigration, because it was found out that a lot of people are coming to the UK and bringing their dependents. So the visas that were actually given to students was less than the ones that were given to dependents. However, if you are coming to the UK to study a research postgraduate course, so a research postgraduate course is a course that you can come and actually do a research on a particular subject, on a particular matter, whatever it is. It is more independent. You would have someone to supervise you, but you do most of the work yourself. So if you're coming to do a postgraduate research course, which is what I've just talked about, you can actually bring your dependents. However, if you are coming to do a third postgraduate course, like I said before, you are no longer eligible. And majority of the people that come to the UK to study postgraduate courses come to do third courses, third postgraduate, which is more classroom based and independent learning, supervision, examinations, and things like that. So you will no longer be eligible to bring your dependent from January 2024. Fourth major change is that more jobs have been added to the UK shortage occupation list. So this was announced recently as well, from the 17th of July 2023. If you are a carpenter or a joiner, you have been added to the shortage occupation list, which I know is good news for many people. If you are a bricklayer or a mason, you have been added to the shortage occupation list. Roofers and tilers have also been added, and if you are in the construction industry as well, you've been added. And if you are in the fishing industry, fishing jobs have also been added. I've done 2 videos about this when it was previously announced earlier on in the year, and recently in July when it was announced, I did another video about it, which I'll link up here for you to have a look. So this is an opportunity for more people to come to the UK, as more jobs have been added to the UK shortage occupation list. Fifth change is that the UK illegal migration bill, which was announced in March 2023, it was introduced in March 2023, has now become law. So before now, it's been going back and forth through the House of Commons and the House of Lords to see if it's legal and if it's lawful for the illegal migration bill to come into effect. And however, now it's been agreed that it is lawful and it will now come into play. It is now become law. And the UK illegal migration bill simply says that anyone that comes to the UK illegally by small boat, through small boats, will be detained and also returned to their country within 28 days. And this is why a lot of people have been talking about it. Ministers, Prime Minister, everyone has been talking about it, if it's legal or not. And the major concerns were, for instance, people that are fleeing from their country from war crimes, from war, and children that are being sent to the UK that have not been accompanied by adults that are coming to the UK for one reason or the other. Is it fair to send them back to their country and things like that? So these are the questions that have been asked. However, it has now become law. So if you come to the UK illegally through small boats or through any other means that have been outlined in the article, you will be detained and subsequently sent to your home country. Final change is that visa-free movement has been revoked for 5 countries. So previously, these countries could travel to the UK without a visa, and these include Dominican Republic, Honduras, Limotes, Vanuatu, and Honduras. So these countries could travel to the UK without a visa. However, from the 20th of July 2023, these countries, anyone coming from that country would no longer be able to come to the UK without a visa. They would have to apply for visas to come to the UK. So however, for those people that have already booked their tickets from the 20th of before the 20th of July, they have 4 weeks grace to be able to travel. But after that, any other person would need a visa to come to the UK. So these are just some of the changes that have been announced. Like I said, it's part of the UK government's 12-point plan to curb immigration, to cut down immigration. I hope this video has been helpful. If it has helped you, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. But thank you so much for watching my videos, and I'll see you in my next video.